Greetings, everyone. I'm Del Hungerford with Healing Frequencies Music. And here we are again with another intro to a class. And this one is called Mountains, Gates, and Castles. And this all originally came to me from listening to other teachings. Ian Clayton and Mike Parsons are the two that I first heard it from. And the thing that I really enjoy about all of this is when we hear something, we get to create our own way of doing something. And this whole thing with the Mountains, Gates, and Castles class came together in the summer of 2024 as I was pondering doing my healing at the cellular level challenge. So it's like one thing led to the next. And so I just basically, what I do is I turn things into classes because I find that when something helps me, the best thing to do is to share it with you, which is what I'm doing. Without further ado, I'm going to get rid of something here, and then we're going to share my screen. Hopefully it will let me do that without opening that up again. Screen share. And then we're going to do the slideshow from the beginning. It's a very good place to start, as I always say. And I'm going to move myself. Whoops. I love it. Let us go back to that first, well, you saw the first slide. Mountains, Gates, and Castles. One of the things that I've really been looking at is that we are a complete being, spirit, soul, and body. We are a three-part being that has three separate functions. And you're going to see how that works. I mean, it's not like I haven't known that, but it became real. It became where I began to understand how they worked together. And it all starts with your thoughts, your intents, and your actions. And you're noticing through this, there's lots of these threes. Some people call it the bench of three. Some people call it a trifecta. Some say it's a three-stranded cord not easily broken. But there's generally three things that come together that created a governmental authority in our lives. And it all starts with our thoughts, our intents that are followed by actions. And in this course, you're going to get 9 full lessons that are in PDF format with clickable links. Then you're going to get teaching videos for each lesson. And they are embedded into the link. So when you download the files, you open them up, and in that first slide, you click on the videos and it takes you right to it. There's lots of activation using visualization through the imagination. Now, a lot of people think, oh my gosh, the imagination is a horrible thing. I don't necessarily think so, but if you're constantly thinking on all the negative stuff, then it might be. So this process is about transforming our mindsets so that the imagination becomes a tool for visualization, but you don't do it from that level. You do it from a higher level, which I explain. There's lots of ongoing practice opportunities. As most of you know by now, I was a professional classical musician, and you don't get to that level without spending a lot of time in the practice room. Why do we think that anything else in life isn't going to require practice? It's not just about giftings. We have to get beyond the gift and practice our gifts. If we want to change all the icky stuff in our life, we have to practice adjusting something so the ickiness goes away. That's what this class is for. And you learn how to shift your mindsets for a healthier lifestyle. And then what we do is we connect all three parts of your being, which is your spirit, your soul, and body, so they function as one unit. We often forget that they function as one. And you're going to see lots of visuals here. And as a teacher, I always used visuals. And I used lots of PowerPoint presentations because the students got the stuff. So here's a picture of what I'm going to discuss in this course. There's an introduction title with a whole lesson with that. Then lesson 1 is about the personal mountain. Here's a picture of your personal mountain. And lesson 2 is about the heart-brain coherence, where you're lining up your heart. You're getting your brain to sync with what's going on in your heart. Your heart is really your gut, your gut feelings. Then there's this whole perfect love piece. Perfect love is the strongest frequency possible, which comes directly from the heart of our divine creator. Lessons 4 and 4A, I go through all the gateways, which are here, and I go specifically, I give a little bit more definition than what you see here. And then we talk about the spirit gates. Lesson 5 is all about the soul gates and the properties of those soul gates. Then the body gates, which is your physical body. And then lessons 7 and 7A talk about the inner castle in the inner castle rooms. The inner castle is this section that's right here underneath the throne. You know, there's you. This is your inner being. And then, so we're really from the inside out. And we don't want to function from the outside in. It's the other way. And here's another picture. I love this picture because it shows your life is like a mountain. And see that perfect love that's sitting up top and how it's just radiating? When we're functioning from a position of perfect love, this is what your mountain looks like. On the top of the mountain is a throne where you govern your life. So imagine that that word love is your throne. And see that throne is sitting in perfect love. And the spirit gates are the floor of the throne. So they all kind of work together. Then the soul and body gates are underneath the spirit. And I like this picture as well because the body gates are right next to a house. I mean, that represents the physical. This represents your emotions and all of those things. And your spirit is your spiritual portion of you. The things that, you know, it's where quantum physics lives. The soul and body are affected by how we rule our lives. So if you're not happy with what's going on in your life, chances are you're functioning from this level, and you'll notice it's only halfway up the mountain. So lessons 1 and 2. You control your personal mountain, seated where you can see in all directions. That's why we want to be at the top. From there, you have perfect viewing opportunity. And then we outline, there's an outline of the initial flow of perfect love into all the gates. You're going to see this in lessons 1 and 2. And then how to shift mindset so your entire being works in coherence with your heart, which I said before is where perfect love resides. Then we understand that we work alongside the divine creator in this process. I don't believe that we just appeared on earth and something didn't create us. And like, okay, well, it's all about relationships. So it's developing that relationship with creator, and different people have different names. But I know creator works for most everybody. Lessons 3, 4, and 4A are the perfect love and spirit gates. Here are the spirit gates, and we'll go through those in those lessons. So we allow perfect love to infuse the spirit gates. It's very different than when I first did this. First, I clean them all out, like deep cleaning. I'm like, okay, let's just infuse the gates with perfect love. And that makes a huge difference. And I have a 75-day program of where you infuse the gates. And I introduced that in the Healing at the Cellular Level class. The spirit is your spiritual self, where intuition, revelation, hope, and faith set a precedence. The spirit gates can be closed off when perfect love isn't governing with you. We can ignore the spirit. A lot of people think the spirit is corrupt. I don't think it is. I think what happens is we're functioning out of our soul, because the spirit was made to function with creator. And when we shut that off, we've just literally closed the gates from underneath. And of course, I invented this because I think it's funny. Perfect love rules, fear drools. Perfect love overrides negative thought patterns, changing you from the inside out. This is why we must shift mindsets. Lessons 5 and 6 are the soul gates, which are here, and the body gates. And again, I use visuals of putting them on a mountain, and I go over what each of these gates is about in the class. Then lessons 7 and 7A are your inner castle. The inner castle is this inner portion of you. I mean, it's like you're flowing like a toroidal shape from inside out. And the strength is here in the center part. Your energy field comes from your inner self. That's what comes from here. That's the real you, is your inner self. Perfect love resides in the various rooms of your inner being. I mean, I have a heart garden in my inner being. I mean, I have a strategy room. There's so many places that are in that inner self where I've gained a lot of intuition into what's been going on in my own life so I can walk in healing. As perfect love bubbles up from the inside like a volcano, just think of a volcano, and then spills out over, and then just it goes through that perfect love and up through the throne and then spills out into the soul and the body. The thing is, it infuses the spirit gates. Perfect love infuses the spirit gates and the throne of your life, setting a precedent for the soul to follow. The soul wants a leader. And if it's shut off from the spirit, it only has itself to work with. So when we're functioning out of our emotions all the time, you're at this level. Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. So I know what it's about. The body comes into agreement with what's in the soul, both positive and negative. So if you don't like what's going on in your life, then we have to activate all three of these gates. And what is the goal? To bring your entire being into alignment and agreement with perfect love. To be whole, spirit, soul, and body. To create a protocol that keeps you healthy, spirit, soul, and body. To be able to let go of offenses hurled towards you as perfect love overrides negativity. You know, to be offended, we all have a choice to be offended. People probably don't like me saying that, but I've done it. And as soon as I let go, I let go of that. A lot of times people spew things at you because A, they're either doing it themselves, or B, they're so hurt themselves that hurting people hurt others. We'll leave that there for now. We learn to take responsibility. So you're going to learn how to take responsibility for how you govern your life and ultimately to discover your true identity. If we got all this gunk going on and we're functioning out of past trauma, blah, 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 it's pretty hard to function in your true identity. And lastly, how you're going to get the course. Part of this course, and I put this up top, is in the Healing at the Cellular Level course that includes more activations. And I go a little bit deeper into that in that 75-day. I believe it's in that. And I can't remember whether it's at the $25 level or the $100 level. And I don't ever say the prices in here because they are subject to change as I make adjustments and add more stuff, which I probably won't for a while. Visit the courses category in the shop page of Healing Frequencies Music, even though I'm going to give you a link to this direct course. You're going to read about the course. The link is going to be below. Then you're going to click on the Buy Now button, and you're going to make your secure purchase to download all the PDFs in Gumroad. And Gumroad is basically just a storage space. But you're going to want to create a few account, I can read, create a free account in Gumroad. And Gumroad, if you got music, you can stream it right there. But do not wait for Gumroad to send you a link. If you have AOL or Hotmail or Yahoo, most of the time they never deliver those emails. So I just tell people, go directly to your Gumroad account, log in, and then you can download all of the music and the materials onto your favorite devices. And if your device crashes, log back out into Gumroad and download it again. And my website is healingfrequenciesmusic.com. And with that, we'll stop sharing. Sorry, the picture is dark, but it's night and I don't have better lighting right now. If you have any questions, there's a contact us form on the website. You can ask about these classes. I am working on doing a monthly subscription for people who are taking classes that allows them to get in contact with me and send some of the activations and homework, and we can talk back and forth and maybe even on a monthly Zoom call. These courses do not come with email response, or I guess, that's not the best word. They don't come with email back and forth with your assignments, but I'm working on a method of doing that. And once it's there, I will put that information below, even after this video is posted. Okay, we'll see you when I talk about the next class. Have a bodacious, oh wait, I'm going to change it. Have a bodaciously splendiferous evening or day wherever you are. Thank you.